Alright, here you are with Exalted Demake, Storms of Yizhao, Season 2, Episode 3. We are in July 2023. I am Peter the Storyteller, and with me we have...
Hi, I'm Alpha Wolf, playing Burano Suzume, an air aspect dragon-blooded.
Culix, playing Resolver Outstanding Questions, an alchemical exalt of the Star Metal Cast.
And Revelry, playing Krim the Blaze Unassailable of the Lunar Exalted.
Awesome, gang. So, what happened last time?
We turned off the altar of heaven.
Some of
for
it,
now.
yes.
Well, most of the problemy parts.
Yeah, who cares about the morality system?
We don't need morality, we're exalts.
This
Law
much
givers.
morality it has. There's no faith, no dogma. I guess it's a tool.
I mean, there's plenty of faith, just different kind. No lever pulling duty here.
I mean, they can all keep their faith. They don't need the big evil machine enforcing it.
Okay. So yeah, I think the last thing you guys were doing, like other than getting into the altar, was meeting with beautiful Sage Faye, was it? In one of the tea houses in the Flower District, as far as I remember, right?
Yeah, that sounds right. We met with her, got the documentation we needed to fix the altar, and then proceeded to fix it the way we wanted to. And by we, I mean the alchemical.
Yeah, Rock went out in the middle of the storm, reprogrammed it while nobody was watching, and the storm stopped. Mission complete. You know, you can handle your quest right now. But yeah, what would you guys like to do next?
I think we were going to talk to the Royal Censor, but I mean, if the altar's turned off, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go drop by the governor and get paid.
Yeah.
We could do that, but didn't we still want to find out what triggered the altar in the first place?
Yes,
Yeah.
We did.
And we had suspicions about all sorts of government corruption, so we were going to talk to the Royal Censor to see if he had gathered any evidence of that, I think.
Yep, sounds like a plan. Also, I think at this moment, the shipment of silver is leaving the docks, as Mother Fuhan told you. So yeah, that thing's sailing away slowly. But yeah, if you want to go meet the censor, that's the thing you can do.
Rock is up for anything. He got to commune with an ancient artifact. It was very enlightening.
I think the top of the list is looking like the censor.
Cool. The censor is also staying in the Flower District. He is in another tea house that's pretty close by, so it's not that much of a trek. But on the way there, you see that, you know, as the hail that from the altar is slowly melting away, people are cleaning things up, and all the damage has been done is, you know, being slowly patched up. Some voluptuous woman, you know, stands in your path wearing some shoes made out of leeks, and she's holding a chicken that, you know, she's plucking, you know, with her bare hands, just, you know, yelling out at you, "You divinities!"
Oh, sorry, I'm very confused. What?
some voluptuous woman in like kimono or whatever is standing in your way and just calling out to you, "Hey, you divinities!" She's plucking a chicken.
I'm just going to turn to her and just ask what she needs.
She takes the plucked feathers, tosses it your way, and like, "Oh, I compel you with this god-ruling invocations to grant me a singing voice." She tosses the feathers, towards you guys.
Oh, I think she has us confused with someone else.
What do you do with the situation?
"404, prayer response not found."
Why is this working?
I mean, I believe Krim might actually start walking slightly faster.
I'm just gonna see that if I deal with knowledge and war, you would be better off asking a god of beauty. Or music.
Well, aren't you exalted? Aren't you all-powerful? She looks like the alchemical looks most out of place here. Can't you grant me a singing voice? She plucks the poor chicken still alive, tosses feathers at rock.
"I am a cartographer."
Huh. Well, you look like a competent fellow. Maybe you can cartographer my vocal cords in the right orientation. Give me a beautiful singing voice.
"What is your current singing voice?"
She gives you a demonstration, and it's not that great. Despite her having a nice talking voice, she can't really sing.
I am going to use my minor elemental manifestation thing to alter the air vibrations to sound better.
I mean, you could probably change the pitch or whatever of the voice thing, but she can't carry a tune worth a lick and so on. So I don't think any miracles of the dragons here would help. You could definitely tune her out if you'd like.
I mean, I'll at least get her in tune.
Yeah, you get her to hit some notes, but it's a lot of effort.
Yeah, sorry. Like I said, I don't specialize in music. You would
She
actually.
starts ugly crying. I was told this was going to work, that I could compel divinities to grant you wishes, but apparently it's not working. I'll be stuck with the voice forever. Hoo hoo hoo.
Not.
Why do you desire different voice than one you have? And who told you this would work?"
Well, one of the, people from the incense district, they said that, this is how you can compel gods with prayers to, get you what you want. And, everybody tells me that, I have a, wonderful looks, but, better not to start singing and so on and so on. So, I need to fix my voice so,
What
so people like me more.
What you need is practice getting on key.
Well, I've tried. I've taken some singing lessons and nobody could help me.
So, I mean, I can help you find an instructor, but that's about all I can do. And for the
I've had instructors. Yes?
have you considered poetry rather than singing?
Well, poetry is a different kind of art, and it's not easy to engage in. I'm more of a show person. I'm pretty okay at poetry. Poetry is not, the problem here.
I mean, there is one other thing I could try. I don't think you'll like it.
Oh, what might that be?
I could try punching you in the throat and see if that helps.
That doesn't sound like a professional fixing thing. That sounds just like violence.
Look, like I said, I specialize in war and scholarship. So,
Yeah, I think try some more saying that, she'll never get a good singing voice, and just always that, weeping and walking away.
well, you can't help everyone, unfortunately.
Eventually, maybe in this scenario, we'll have an infernal wish granting charm. Then we'll see. Regardless. Okay, unless there's something else you want to add here, you can continue to the sensor in the other tea house. Okay, so you guys get to another tea house that's a little bit more quiet, maybe a little bit less, out there and what have you, and yeah, more like, hey, you come here to contemplate and work and so on, rather than, show off that, they can afford some high tea and so on and so on. And yeah, in that tea house, you see a roly-poly man, like a long hooked nose and what have you, just like being a jolly person, like chatting up some tea house servers and what have you, and yeah, just enjoying himself, having some tea, waiting for you guys.
I'm just going to breathe a sigh of relief at the quieter tea house.
Yep. Yeah, the person looks, like he is an adult of indeterminate age. Like we have with Dragonblood that once they stop being young adults, whatever, they just keep that age forever until they get really old. So yeah, he's in that middle age kind of age bracket. He is like well dressed, seems to be of like higher standing position, what have you, in society. Yeah. How do you guys approach?
Rock is going to defer to the local, or more local than him people, and follow their lead.
The creation people.
Skybox.
I mean, I guess I will approach. Waving.
You approach, he waves back. Okay. Oh, welcome. Come, sit. What can we get you?
Tea. Sorry, I've had a little bit of a headache on the way here.
Yeah, I mean, we just had the storms. It's bound to make anyone uneasy. The whole pounding, shorter than it usually is. I wonder why.
Yeah, the storm shouldn't be bothering you anymore. No,
Oh,
I don't know who has been spreading rumors that we can grant wishes for things, but that was a very awkward encounter, to say the least.
I mean, rumors say that some of the more exotic exalts could, do real miracles. Like, hear about the solas that can teach, this, I know, the trees to sing, or the lunars that can, craft some flesh or what have you, change people. So, it will be beyond the stories that granting someone's a singing voice, so what have you. But
Anyway,
doesn't sound like that's why you're here for. So, what could I do for you?
we need any information you might have dug up on any affairs within the government that might have caused the altar to act out, shall we say.
Yes, the altar. I mean, you did mention that it should be bothering us anymore. What did you mean by that?
We managed to suppress the punishment part of things for the moment.
Oh, and the governor approved of that? Interesting.
I don't know, but he didn't stop us. So
Ah, I see. I like your moxie. But yes, the altar was causing it all. People say that it's a corruption of the high people in the government. That there's something going on here. I mean, there are so many needs. I mean, I've heard so many stories myself that it's a question of who to follow and getting to the bottom of the things, getting to the actual cause of what's going on. I mean, in my position, I shouldn't be pointing fingers early on because it's unbecoming of a royal censor to be making accusations before I'm ready to do my final report. If you found out, maybe you can corroborate.
well, we've heard varying accounts with nothing concrete is the problem.
Well, what are the rumors you've heard? What about the other people as well? Maybe pointing out, oh, you, sir, you look like someone that can notice a lot of things. What have you found out?
So did you say he was asking the question directly to Rock?
Yeah.
We have found that there is a lot of dissatisfaction with the distribution of resources in this region. We have also heard rumors of unlawful cardinal acts, which I think would be a good name for a performance troupe of some sort.
Well, definitely a lot of people are dissatisfied with what the governor is doing with the taxes and what have you. And carnal acts, that's the first I'm hearing of something like that. Where did you hear about that?
That was the reason the altar was acting out.
So that's what you found examining the altar itself? Fascinating. That's definitely strange.
Well, that is what the young prince reported to us, and the altar confirmed it.
Oh, so we have some actual concrete information. That's lovely to hear for a change. Because like everybody in this town has some neighbor they hate. They say that they're coveting with something bad, or they have they're cheating on their taxes and embezzling from their business and so on. So a lot of people are just pointing fingers at each other, but nothing's really been that concrete. So that is really interesting.
Well, intern, what have you learned outside of those rumors? Surely you find some of them more credible than others.
Well, there's definitely a lot of fingers pointing towards the governor, and I myself, when examining some of his documents, I think I managed to find some clue that might help us point a finger at the right culprit in the end. But herein lies my problem. I've been hawkishly watched as I examine those documents, so I cannot secure them without, by asking the governor or anyone else looking in the archives for the document, because I'm sure that the moment I ask about it, it'll go missing. They'll hide, what I found. Looks at you guys pointedly. So, if someone would happen to secure it for me, that would be a perfect quid pro quo for me to share what I've found in my investigation.
Rock will look at the other people questioningly.
Increasing irritation.
That you didn't bring them with us.
What do you say?
Who are you asking? Me or Revelry?
Oh, I was just commenting that the increasingly frustrated companion that we seemingly did not bring such documents with us, and yet perhaps had opportunity to do so. I mean, would that we had seen such documents, we would know whether or not such things were relevant to your investigation.
Okay, so the sensor will explain exactly which document he's after, and was it Rock that examined the whole of the library, right? The archives.
Tax receipts, yeah. Like budget documents, I think it was.
Yeah, because it's in the archives, like one of you examined, but the document that he was mentioning, at least by description, doesn't seem to be sticking out to you as anything memorable, at least, or maybe you can't. Okay, roll, whoever was in the archives, roll intelligence bureaucracy, try remembering the document, maybe.
Okay, I don't remember
Difficulty
whether I don't remember whether I was in the archive specifically or not. I think I might have hit it up at some point.
I think Purana was in the office, and I think Rock was in the archives, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right.
So, Rock, intelligence bureaucracy, difficulty 8.
All right. 2 successes on 6 dice.
2 successes. Okay, like you remember reading that section, and not much caught your attention there. There was something about the emergency taxes in that area that was being done. But yeah, you don't remember the documents specifically. Must have not stood out. But yeah, like yeah, you remember that you did notice that the documents have been disturbed not so long ago, which would corroborate the story of the censor that he examined out of the archives himself recently. So those 2 line up at least.
So what you're saying is he examined the archives and he's looking for a document that was already either not there or one that I do not remember from when
he examined the archives, but someone was standing over his shoulder, so he wasn't able to secure the proof that he needs to point to something that he's trying to prove. And if he requests a document, he's pretty much sure that it'll go missing the moment he requests it. So he needs someone to go in and grab it. You remember, you've pretty much looked over every document there as well. And at least this one that he's mentioning by reference code or where it's located at, you don't remember exactly what it was about. But, it wasn't something that was standing out to you oh, yes, this is the smoking gun of this investigation.
Okay. Rock will not do anything to give away that he snuck into archives and looked at them, possibly illegally. But
I mean, he doesn't know that whether you had the opportunity to go there legally to those archives and examine those. The governor could have let you examine them just like he let him examine it. So that's suspicious. Yeah.
I would also like to point out that the governor gave us leave to do illegal things if we needed to for the investigation, so long as it wasn't murder.
I mean, he'd probably not be happy with you stealing his own documents and giving it to the censor that's probably out to get him. But anyway, it's all about, the letter of the law, right?
Royal Censor, are you certain this document has not already gone missing?
I mean, the last time I've said it was still there, and I didn't give an indication that this document by itself was any more important than any of the other documents, so I don't think that they have a reason to look for this specific document unless someone else, saw what I've seen there, I suppose. Which, those bureaucrats that work for the government aren't as artful as, us over here. I don't think that much to read between the lines here.
Rock will shrug. I can certainly keep an eye out.
I guess he would try to do a social influence on you, Rock, based on this conversation that we just had. Just pull up all these rules. Because he basically wants to task you with retrieving this document in exchange for him giving you information that he has. Is that something you think that would work for a social influence on you? Is this something that Rock currently wants?
I mean, my intimacies are knowledge, catalog unknown phenomena is one of them, so I don't know if this counts, though.
Yeah,
Tried still in intimacy, I guess.
I mean,
I don't think it violates any of mine outright.
yeah. Like for social influence, one thing is appealing to your intimacy. The other thing is kind of giving you something you want. So, like, do you want his information as it kind of like a payment for what he's doing, for getting the document for him? Would that be an acceptable influence for you, do you think?
I mean, he can try, definitely. But Rock is also of the opinion he can eventually find this information himself. So basically, Rock is neutral on this.
Okay. Well, if you're fine with me rolling then I guess I'll roll.
Yep, go for it.
Okay. What do I have for bonuses? Okay, so that's 13 dice because he uses his excellency. Then he has auspicious visiting attitude, which lowers the difficulty of social rolls, so that your willpower is 8, so that drops it to 6.
Is he rolling against my total willpower or current willpower?
Total willpower, as far as I remember.
If total, my willpower is 9 now.
I mean, your permanent willpower, not your temporary willpower. Unless you've increased that, right?
Yeah, I spent 4 of the 4 XP we got last time. I spent 3 to up my willpower.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that explains it. Because I was looking at your thing like, oh, there's 8 on one thing, there's 5 plus 3 plus 1 in the other column. Okay.
I'm using the pluses to keep track of the different sources. So 5 is starting, 3 was from creation, and 1 from XP.
Okay. So he rolled 6 successes. Wow. Okay, so unless you can cite nature or intimacy to go against this, you will be tasked with an ordeal of retrieving this information from him.
Now, remind me, can I spend willpower to resist it?
Let's see. Ordeal. You can shut him for the rest of the scene, but it costs 2 willpower. And let's see. Let me double check this. Guess it. Technically, yeah, you can spend 2 willpower to shut him off. Yeah, but it. Yeah, I think that's.
All right, so if I can spend 1 willpower to shut this down, I will do so because I want to play with the fact that alchemicals gain limit when they do that first time in a scene. So I should spend 1 willpower and gain 1 limit.
Yeah, I think that's like the fair breaking things with, Exalt's protagonists can resist influence or whatever, but they gain limit for doing that. And that's definitely shutting down the short term for the long term. So he's trying to use his honeyed words of a master manipulator over here to get you to agree to this, but he managed to resist this, not falling to his machinations.
Access denied.
So, what else would you all like from this scene?
How does Krim react to watching all this?
Yeah. Great. How are you? How's it going?
Krim has thoughts that will be voiced when we are no longer in the presence of the people who are moving things along.
Well, if you guys need to do a quick, break whatever, huddle somewhere else, and discuss things. You can excuse him for a second. Like when he goes to do his business elsewhere for a second, you can still quickly exchange things if that's what you want, unless it's a large discussion you guys want to have. Up to you.
If he is going to separate himself from us, I think it's going to come down to... Okay.
Like, yeah, sure, he'll go to the outhouse to release himself. You guys have like a minute or two.
Yeah. Krim leans onto the table, looks at his comrades, and do we think that the document he is looking for is something that the merchant got her hands on before we were there?
I am not certain. I do not recall it. Or I've examined it, but it did not stand out.
What was it that the general notes of the documents pointed at?
In that section, again, it was something to do with the taxes the governor was imposing on extra. Probably something related to that.
Okay, so the governor was pulling in the extra taxes.
Anything else?
No, I think that was all. That was the thought that was running around.
Well, then the Censor waddles his way back to the table. And yeah, if you guys want to discuss a few more, we can. If you want to go somewhere else, that's also an option. Although it is later, in the evening at the moment. What would you guys like to do?
For me, there is nothing else in the scene that I'm interested in.
I agree. I believe we are done with the Royal Censor and can probably retire to our chambers at the governor's mansion, where we can access documents again.
Well, if that's what you want, sure. You can go back to the governor's mansion and he'll gladly host you. None the wiser. So yeah, you make your way back to the Banner District. You get to the governor's mansion. That's like, yeah, rickety wooden structure again. And yeah, you are being hosted in the guest quarters and have you. What do you guys want to do next? The sun has fallen, so whoever recovers essence at sunset, go for it.
Woo!
I don't, but I have a manse with a socketed hearthstone, so I just get it anyway. I just get one every 15 minutes. It's great.
Yeah, manses are awesome. So it is evening/nighttime. You're at the governor's palace. What do you guys do?
Did you wish me to retrieve that document?
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak in. I'm just finishing up some XP spends at the moment.
Getting ready.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, so whenever you guys are ready, dexterity and stealth to go by the guards. I guess difficult 7.
So, just to clarify, out of character,
Yeah.
did we all want to sneak back to the archives, or did we want Alpha to do it, or what's the plan?
Could use his invisibility, just walk on by. Anyway.
So many options.
At the moment, I'm just kind of seeing what I can buy to help with stealth at the moment.
Oh, right.
Would you like to pause so I can look at this in peace?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a break, because I also have to go use the restroom. So
No problem. Okay, well, let's pause. And we're back. So, what did you all decide to do?
I believe we decided that Rob will quickly sneak into the library and retrieve the document.
Yes, to use your optical route or whatever that's charm called.
Yep, spending amount to activate optical shroud, so become invisible.
This is the Governor's Palace, which is under the influence of the altar, so you need to spend another their assets as well.
Got it. I guess I should have amended that instruction to the altar as well if I could have, but oh well.
To bypass that, you need to attune yourself to that man's, which I think is a longer process.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll activate optical shroud. We'll click on night vision, which I don't need to spend note to do, and just walk to the library.
Yeah. You pretty much don't need to roll that and roll in stealth because you're way beyond whatever those people could detect. And as far as you had a good bureaucracy roll last time, so it's not a problem for you to go and find that document you needed that the censor gave you the location of. And yeah, you find it, and it's a one of the documents, pretty much documenting what was going on in a specific date at a given, around here, like bureaucratically.
So, fantastic. I would like to pick up the document, and I would like to travel with it, still invisible, to a location that is somewhat secluded away from the influence of the altar, where I do not have to spend extra notes.
Sure. So you take it, you leave the Governor's palace, and pretty much soon after you cross the threshold out, you pretty much are fine.
Okay.
So you are in the Bana district, it's where the military is at, and yeah.
I would like to find a secluded location.
Yeah, not a problem. It's nighttime. Most people are, not really bustling and all that much. So yeah, you find some stable or somewhere in the corner, and nobody around there.
Excellent. I will take out my map-making tools, and I would like to make a copy of this document as close to the original as I can possibly manage.
Okay, so I think that would be a dexterity and crafts roll, or a larceny. Is it larceny? That's larceny, yes.
I would prefer crafts.
Crafts. Sure. Yeah, I guess the document does have a seal on it and will have you. Sure, okay. Dexterity, crafts, and that'll be difficulty 8 to make it perfect.
Okay.
Copying the seals and.
So I will spend an essence for the excellency equivalent, and I would assume that this is fine work? Like,
yes, it is
finicky work?
pretty fine work if you make it exact copy.
In which case, I will activate the Bracers of Universal Endeavor artifact as well.
What does that do?
It adds 4 dice and produces a set of tools and extra hands that to handle those tools to accomplish this, and adds 4 dice on all rolls involving fine manipulation.
Sure. Yeah, you can get your extra hands on that. Yeah, you are manipulating your tools exactly to make very precise copy of the seal that was put on it and so on. So yeah.
Right. And you said difficulty is 8?
Yep.
I think I'll spend a willpower to lower that by 1 as well. And rolling. That is 9 successes on 20 dice.
Yeah, you make a pretty much perfect copy of this document.
Fantastic. I will go back, put it back in the archive, exactly where I found it.
Yep.
And leave with the copy that I have.
Yeah. You have acquired the copy of it. You've put the original back where it belongs. Everything's fine. Okay. What do you do next?
Go back to the group.
So, in your rooms, the alchemical decloaks suddenly. You didn't even see him coming in.
I have made a copy. I put it down.
Excellent.
So, what do you guys want to do next?
I don't know about others. Rock wants to go to bed at this point.
That sounds about right.
Okay then. Well, you can sleep the night however you want, and yeah. Morning, sun rises. Everybody that refreshes at sunrise, go get your essence. So, with this new day, what do you all want to do? You want to go to the governors and cashing in your, bounty, something for fixing the problem, or?
I think we want to investigate the archer captain first, right? That's someone who...
Yes, Captain Noyan Tomor. He is available.
Okay.
I suggest we investigate the other individual who was referred to us as a potential source.
If that's where you want to go, sure. He is also in the Banner district, and yeah, he is currently in the stables. Next to the stables, there's some barracks for his people. Yeah, so you can get it easy. It's just a minute to walk from the governor's palace. And yeah, it is kind of a more rowdy barracks and what have you. You see that there are a lot of animal furs everywhere. Things are just sturdy, simple, and what have you. There's a general hall or what have you for eating, sitting, preparing food, I don't know, resting up, waiting for, something to go on, so on and so on. So like, there's a lot of like back and forth of people coming in and out. Yeah, you see Noyan's people in general, they are distinctly not from this area. They are more like ethnically comparable to Mongols rather than to the Chinese people that the local Dulumbai people are. So yeah, you see the guys over there. He's like a more sturdy build, more fur armor and what have you. Pretty well kept. He's also a man in his prime, what have you. And yeah, he's currently like drinking with his people. So, how do you want to approach him?
Rock will again defer to people from creation.
Krim will take this one.
Okay, Krim. Take it away.
Coming in behind the others, looking around, nods, steps past the others to come to the front of the line. And remind me, he's a captain, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Captain Noyan Tomor.
Good morning, Captain.
What you be?
Well, I believe you've been informed of our presence here and that we are the governor's agents in a certain investigation.
Oh, those investigators. Yeah, I heard about you. Oh, nice to meet you. Please sit. Would you like some mare's milk? Or fermented mare's milk?
Pleasure. Thank you. Takes a seat. Takes the horrible smelling concoction.
Well, he also offers you some regular drinks here, whether it's like some sort of rice beer or something like that. Yeah, he's definitely taking that homely drink for him.
Oh no, Krim will drink what the captain drinks.
He definitely cheers to you and gives you respect for even attempt this. So yeah. So, what can I do for you?
Well, let's start with the simplest part of this. What do you know?
About the storms? Well, I'm not really much of an investigative type. I'm more of a, protect the city type of person. So, well, I know they started about a year ago and got into the wars 3 months back, and that's all that I've, been privy to pretty much. Some other city officials are doing more thorough investigation of this, so.
Yeah, we've met with all the bureaucrats, and we've met with all of the locals. Dismissive wave sloshes a bit out of his cup. Now, it started a year ago, and it's recently gotten worse. Did anyone particularly important arrive during those times?
No, I don't think anyone of note really arrived during these times. I mean, the governor's been around for like 2-3 years. The censors arrived, I think, was it 2 months back? So nobody that I know of note like has, aligned their arrival with any of those important dates.
Okay. So no one just point the finger at and go from there.
If it was that easy, we'd already have beaten the information out of them.
Well, I mean, you can only beat so many important people before they stop answering your questions and you run out of them.
I mean, if it was up to me, we'd be beating up more important people than we are currently beating up. But it's neither here and there. I don't think the governor would approve of those tactics.
Well, I'm sure that's why you're where you are and why we are here.
Yeah. Everybody's doing, what they're best at.
Well, So we've spoken with the bureaucrats, we've sat down with them, we've drank their tea, drank their wine, and they all want something. But only some of them actually want this fixed, for lack of any better word. And, well, we fixed it. So there is that, as far as they're really going to care that the issue is resolved. But, well, the actual problem isn't fixed. Only the way to notice it is fixed.
I'm glad that you fixed it.
Oh, everyone's glad.
You seem like the type of people that like to solve problems then.
Oh, yes, we're quite adept at the problem-solving portion of matters. It's just always those curiosities where we haven't quite found the thing that is kicked over the anthill, as it were. That's the root of the issues. I mean, in fairness, when did all of you arrive?
Oh, I mean, we've arrived soon after the governor. He pretty much hired us from, the Tomor Plains, which is like another one of those 100 kingdoms that's pretty close by here. Like, he needed more people to be being active scouts into Raktia, and he hired us to be his standing horse army, kind of. So yeah, we arrived soon after the governor, and we've been sitting here helping out the local guards, patrolling more of the outside of the city, going to the borders, skirmishing with the Raktines a little bit more. Yeah, that's our involvement in this affair.
Okay. I mean, no new mischief. No new foreigners appearing.
Well, there's you lot.
Well, I mean, we got here and fixed the problem.
Yeah. I mean, people come and go every day. This is, the border town, so you have some guild merchants coming in and out of it. You have, people passing by, people, I know, wanting to start a new life and thinking that, working the iron mines or iron thing would be, a good place to start. So we have a, regular churn of people,
Okay. Well, I guess the next small thing I'm most curious about before I get to that, don't worry, I'm still thinking about that. As guards, do you all track the comings and goings? Do you issue passes?
I mean, The governor's actual guards take more stock of like the bigger things that are coming on, like the tax shipment leaving, have you. They have the whole bureaucrats to count all the merchants coming in and out and so on. We're more of a scout around, make sure there's no trouble brewing, make sure that the roads don't have any bandits on them, and so on. Go fight some monsters, things like that.
Any particular troublesome groups that have emerged in the time that may be causing the troubles?
I mean, there's always something new coming out of Raktia. There's always something weird going on around the borders. I mean, they're fair folks, so you didn't know what you can expect from them. So, I mean, there are some bandits probably on their side of the border because we try to keep our side clean. So, there's probably, if you want to see whether there's anything brewing on the horizon, you would have to ride out from here up north towards Raktia, and you probably would find some trouble soon after you cross, our border.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, me and my boys were, wanting to have a nice raid into that territory ourselves. I mean, to clear some bandits, make sure that, they're not trying to sneak in or organize something, on our side of the border, to make sure that, the forests get pilfered, or, the peasants are safe on their farms and so on. But, the governor currently has too much on his head to pay for the equipment we need, the supplies, and so on. So, yeah, we could use some help with that.
Okay. Well, it sounds like that may be something we could possibly assist with. Looking to the others.
Yeah, so how I would see it is, but sometimes want to get some action. We can handle bandits just fine, but there are other things out there. So if you all could go scout, beyond the border, see whether there are any band camps around, and possibly leave them to us to take care of, but clear out all the monster face, hobgoblins, things like that. Then we'd really appreciate it. And probably if you say that it's safe for us to go on raid, then I could convince the governor to let us do that. Once all the nasties are cleared.
Well then, I think we can make that work.
So, is there anything I could do for you if you help us? I mean, I don't have that much money. I'm just living on the military wage here, but.
Is there anything that you could do for us?
I mean, if you need some muscle, have you?
Yeah, let's call it a favor.
Yeah,
let's call it a favor, and we'll discuss it after, later even. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how much you enjoy your current employment, and we'll go from there.
I mean, it's pretty easy, so I'm not complaining, but hey, if you have someone that's paying more, then, I'm always open to, hearing opportunities for promotion.
I think we'll keep that in mind. But, well, if you could tell us where we need to head, we'll head out. Get to take care of.
He takes out some kind of like worn out some sort of sheepskin or whatever, and explains to you okay, you go from here, you go north. There's like a forest on the borders, and then you go from there, scout towards north, and see what you can find. Yeah, he pretty much gives you the lay of the land of where he'd expect something interesting to take place, maybe.
All right. Well, we will likely see you tomorrow. And
doing some horses or what have you.
Oh. He pauses, momentarily confused, and looks at the others. Did you either of you want horses?
I do not know how to ride.
I mean, yeah. We do have some pretty tame horses that could, as long as you can keep in the saddle, they should, not kick you out.
If you give us horses, I cannot promise their safety.
Well, yeah, I guess we could spare 3 horses, even if something bad happens. I mean, it's better than us losing 20 horses and 20 horse riders. And you lot seem to be capable enough that, you probably should be able to keep them safe.
Yeah, no. I wasn't talking about safety. We can guarantee their safety from the enemies. But if I'm in combat, things happen. Lightning around me tends to start going off, so I can't guarantee their safety from that.
You're one of the dragon touched. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I too am of the dragon's blood and what have you, so, well, I mean, we could jump off the horse before things get bad.
Give them horses, I'll go on foot. It would impede my ability to be stealthy anyway.
Well, I guess,
with respect, I have other means of conveyance.
I guess he looks over at Crib. Would you like a horse?
I mean, I will always take a horse.
Okay, so that looks like 1 horse then. Okay. Yeah, he'll snap at his people to prep you a horse, and the kind of road he laid out for you, that would be 3 days of exploring the place and what have you, if you want to do the full sweep. So he gives you all the provisions you need for all of you. I guess you could always have a pack horse or something like that.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yep. Okay, so do you guys want to go out and start scouting, or what would you guys like to do?
Question. The map, the tattered sheepskin map he brought out, with me being a cartographer who's been mapping this area, have I already mapped the area he pointed, or no? I'm fine with either way. Just if you want to flip a coin, that's totally fine.
I mean, it's how much would you be going into possibly dangerous territory where there might be fair folk around?
My character maps by flying overhead.
So, yeah.
So, aerial surveillance.
I mean, you probably wanted to get the land before you even came here to know what's going on. So, yeah, I can say that, you have had this information beforehand. maybe you didn't see all the like roads through the forest because that's maybe like a little bit overcast with the trees and have you. But yeah, you have most of this information already.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I will take out my map and I will update it with his information.
Yeah, sure. You can quickly copy this. You get some like more place names or what have you, like, you know, what's what called and so on. So yeah, you definitely get some fresh information. But yeah, nothing that, you know. I mean, yeah, between the two of you, it's a better map than either of you had before.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. What next?
I mean, I'm assuming we're going to do the thing he asked us to do. Sorry, I've been kind of busy. I've been distracted looking at charm spends. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I just didn't want to railroad you guys instantly onto this path. So like, oh, in case you want to do something else or in case of things change. Yeah. Sure. If you guys want, I guess we take a quick break. I'll prep the encounters and we can go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Look. And we're back. So, I think we have to explain like why were we doing this class out of character and so on, just to clarify this, right?
Yep. We want to playtest some combat with martial arts. Also,
yes.
I feel like Suzume is getting irritated to the point where she's looking for a fight. Like,
yeah. Suzume is a combat character, and there isn't much combat stuff in Yizhao. Like, you know, there are maybe 2 encounters or 3, whatever, but yeah, you didn't trigger any of them, so you pick the combat option. Okay. So, you guys leave Yizhao, again, leave this large stone walls, as for them, was 30 feet high, something like that. And yeah, you head out to the northern direction, out into the countryside. Like you pass a good number of farms on your way out. You can see that there's like a mining town a little bit further out by the mountains to the west, as far as I remember, of Yizhao. And yeah, you, I guess, head out roughly on the path Noyan has provided you for when he thinks some adventure will be. Yeah. Takes a little bit. You like spend your like first part of the day just on some rolling hills, passing by small villages, hamlets, and things like that. Not much going on there. And eventually, you guys see, yeah, there's some camp that's like more makeshift, more temporary. It seems more like tents and what have you than an actual village and so on. And yeah, it's not on your map, and does seem more like bandity folks, especially Rock with his high visibility visor thing. You can see that they're definitely not the sort of people that you see around here. They're definitely some kind of outsiders that are up to no good. So, what do you guys do?
All right. If I see this, I will kick on amplification like binoculars and get a good read of the camp and relay to the group everything that I see. Numbers, how they're positioned, everything.
Perception awareness, difficulty 7, let's say.
All right. I'll activate the one that makes it so that my difficulty goes down by 3. Just because, why wouldn't I, since it's free? And let's see.
Peter, well, he's doing that. I'm just gonna go ahead and spend. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a mote to activate Wave Breaking Palm.
What does that do?
And for the rest of the scene, it increases my parry pipe +2.
Awesome.
If this would increase her defense past 9, then any attack she attempts to parry suffers a -2 penalty to its roll.
Sounds good.
That would be 6 successes on 10 dice.
Okay. 6 successes. So you quickly start counting the numbers, and what you see between all of those, it's like a size 3 groups of bandits around there. And they seem to be, not the Ren people of the Lumbhai. There seem to be more northerners, seem to be from a different ethnic group, whatever. And they also all seem to be having a similar symbol, which is they're all tattooed with a mark of a broken shackle. I don't think you've encountered that before in your travels. So they all seem to be sort of branded in that way. So yeah. Anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, actually. How much vegetation is there around the camp? Like bushes and stuff like that?
You do see some bushes around. This is a little bit of a less kept side, like in a small valley between the hills and there. They're most like hoping not to get noticed. Like, there's a couple down trees around. It's mostly a plains thing, so it's not like that overgrown, but you still have some wilderness in here and what have you.
Okay, so I'll have to use very sparse vegetation to hide. Excellent. Great.
Yeah. It'd probably be like a stealth roll to try to, ambush them, definitely. Yeah, they all seem to be like armed with like some basic, knives, swords, what have you, maybe some bows somewhere else in them as well.
I mean, I'm going to wait a few minutes for the moat I spent to regen and then start to make my way down stealthily.
Okay. Roll me dexterity and stealth versus difficulty 7.
All right.
Meanwhile, what is everybody else doing?
Dex stealth, you said?
Yeah.
Well, it's cast at least, so I'm not as worried. Not like in that diff 7, though.
Willpower.
True. Yeah, I'll spend a willpower. What does that do again?
Lowers difficulty by 1.
See, that feels so lackluster for what a willpower point should do since it's so limited.
Yeah, but on the other hand, willpower guarantees you success on any roll in the previous editions. Like,
I get that.
Everything so much.
I get that, but you think it would at least reduce the difficulty by 2 instead of just 1.
Yep.
It does reduce difficulty by 2 for me when my anima is flaring, I believe.
How is the fuck is that a failure? That's... What the hell?
That's only a fail. That's a botch. Because you didn't roll any...
No, it's a cast. It's cast.
Cast is immune to one's subtracting, but it's not immune to the botch effect.
The one thing I want my character to be good at, I can't be good at because dice. Fuck me. I'm sorry. I'm going to need a few minutes. I'm very frustrated.
Exalted. Okay, so meanwhile, what's everybody else doing?
Rock is going to follow her lead.
Okay, so you follow by your leader. Okay, going with their stealth. How about Krim?
Krim was planning a cavalry charge, which is going to be really spectacular depending on how this botch goes.
Cavalry charge with one horse.
Oh no, with one tyrant lizard.
Oh. So let's talk about where doth your tyrant lizard come from?
Probably from a diagonal direction.
No, but like, where did you get this tyrant lizard? What's going on here? Explain yourself.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So Krim's feral heart is the tyrant lizard.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be the tyrant lizard, or do you like animate as a separate being that you're riding on? What's going on?
Oh, no, I'm not going to. Although I think I do have the thing that lets me spit out another shape. I am, in fact, going to shift into my feral heart as a lunar, being a full moon, and being amongst the most powerful of predators, is, in fact, the greatest predator, without being weird or supernatural. So, yeah, Krim is going to release the apex predator that he is and charge into this camp and make a mess of it, which would make an excellent distraction for the others, but was going to wait until they engaged and then be the terror that comes from the side.
Okay. So yeah, as we've established, the stealth didn't go that well. So
here's the problem, Peter.
Yep.
My combat, my martial art relies on stealth.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not going to be able to do combat effectively now. Great, excellent.
Okay, maybe let's pause for a second and let's look at this. Okay, and we're back. It's been a few weeks. We took a small break, but we're back. And we looked at the roll again, and because Alpha had the bonus difficulty based on the terrain, then that'll turn a botch into a success, which means, you are in stealth, you're on the bandits, they're having their camp out, and what do you do, Alpha?
For a moment, I'm gonna bide my time, see what the other two are doing.
Okay. How would you guys want to approach? Yeah, look, you have the bandit camp, which will be one area. Around it, you have some like small makeshift fortification, will be like difficult terrain, and then you have yourself, past that. So that's a third zone, I guess. What do you guys want to do?
As I recall, Revelry's character was going to charge.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Which I guess I will start the party in that case.
Okay, you're charging as your Tyrant Lizard form, right?
Yes, going to spend the moat for the reflexive, for the not having a roll shift, and then just barrel down into it through fortifications if I can.
Let me double check. Was it difficult terrain too? I think it's -3 to your action, was it? If you move through it. Complex movement. -3 definitely there. It takes during that round. Okay. Can you move 2 zones?
Okay. So I'm hiding. Someone is charging.
Yeah.
I'm assuming our lunar?
Yeah. Krim, your lunar is charging. Just looking up whether he can move 2 zones at the same time. Or whether it will be a problem.
All right. I'm assuming it's going to go to initiative then.
Well, you guys started the combat, so you guys have the initiative. So pick whoever wants to go first, and so on and so on. It's up to you guys. Still using the first version of the combat engine, which will be overhauled soon. So yeah, you guys get to go first completely, and then the bullets go.
Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and get my combat stuff set up.
Okay. Yes, what do you do?
So, if it's all the same to you guys, I think I'll go first. Mostly because this actually really helps. Because going first actually really helps me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even more than stealth does.
Okay.
So I think it's Cloud Dragon Air Dragon form. Yes. I am going to first. I am going to just. Sorry, I'm.
Like, if you have the Cloud Bracer, you can assume it reflexively. Yeah. Otherwise, you spend.
I'm gonna spend my free mote, my aspect mote on shrouding the body and mind.
Okay.
It's reflexive. For the next 1+ essence rating rounds, the martial artist may cut ahead without spending willpower. More importantly, anyone who attacks her after she's already taken her turn treats her as invisible.
Awesome. Yeah. Activate that. I think you need to roll for the entering the form, right?
Not yet, because that's the 1 dot charm.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm launching an attack.
You have a range attack?
Yeah, I'm using my infinite chakram.
Perfect.
And what that is going to do is first I need to roll for my my Air Dragon stance, which is actually really cool because one of the artifacts I have takes away the mote cost.
Yep. Kata bracers, probably.
Yeah, we modified it for armor to armor for the 1 shot, but yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I'm going to do that. So it's Dex Martial Arts. I have 4 Dex, 5 Martial Arts. We're going to be rolling a whole ton of dice.
You activate your excellency for the martial arts because, hey, you'll be probably attacking with it, right?
Yeah. I will go ahead and spend one mote on that. So that's going to be my excellency. So I add my ability rating. Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is a lot of dice.
Oh, not as bad as Exalted 3rd edition, where I heard someone rolling a jar to the roll of 100 dice, but
that is 6 successes.
Awesome. You entered that form flawlessly.
Yeah. So now I'm going to be taking a martial arts attack. Using my infinite chakram. So that's dexterity martial arts again.
Yep. Their defense is 6.
Yeah, okay. That is 7.
Okay. Roll for damage, right? does the system roll for damage?
I forget exactly how that works in the system.
Let's see. Damage. Damage value plus your successes, the threshold successes, roll against difficulty of 6. So the damage of your infinite chakram plus 6. And they soak their soak of 1.
Okay, then. I believe an infinite chakram is 7 lethal. So that's going to be 13.
Roll it.
And actually, I can reflexively spend another mote to activate, whatchamacallit, the dragon strike thing, Dragon Graced Assault.
Ooh, yeah.
There we go. So I believe that does more damage, if I am not mistaken. I forget what it does for air.
Well, quickly read it, and you are Essence 2. So that means you'll be flaring your animal, as far as I remember? Yeah. Okay.
But these guys are,
Yeah.
they're going. So yeah, I'm just trying to remember. I'm looking up real quick what exactly that does for air. I think it's plus 3 damage and knocks them prone, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, plus 3 damage, and if they suffer any damage of his soak, they're knocked prone.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be 16 dice. Boop. That is 7, and they can only soak 1, I think.
Let's see. You rolled 7 successes, so yeah, they soak 1, so they did 6 damage. Lethal, I believe, right? 6. Yeah. That's about half of their health pool. Okay. So yeah, you launch your infinite chakram at them, bounces through many of them, comes back to your hand. And yeah, because you used your that one turn, you appear to be invisible to their attacks, and so on, as far as I remember. Okay. So, I think that's your turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure to note how much essence you spend, and so on. So, what does everybody else do?
Still waiting for the lunar to charge.
So
Charging your attack.
Yes. Unfortunately, there's not going to be much attacking at the end of this since it's difficult terrain and will not allow me to do anything other than my swift stride, which lowers the difficulty of all chase or foot race rolls by -2, but once per scene, the character may pay a point of willpower to move 2 zones on her turn, but doing so isn't reflexive and uses up both her turn and movement opportunities for the round.
Okay, so yeah, you can charge from where you are through the difficult terrain to their camp, and yeah, be amidst them this turn. Sounds good. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, going to burn that willpower point, charge on down the hill, maybe take out some fortifications on the way, and make a mess of things.
Yeah, you definitely barreled through. So, what does our alchemical do?
So, just to clarify, these look like normal people, right? They're not mutants, yes. They're not goblins, there's nothing.
Yeah, they are regular human bandits.
Okay, I want to try to do something. Gonna level repeating crossbow, and I'm going to try to shoot through their pant legs to try to nail them to the ground. Basically, I'm trying to subdue them rather than damage them.
Non-lethally, okay. Is there something I did that in this system? Probably. Yeah. But, you're still in with a size 3 group, so you have to get rid of this size 3 group, then the size 2, then the size 1.
And actually, hold on, they might have actually taken more damage. Air Dragon form does something since it was an attack made from stealth. Sorry to interrupt. I just read this and realized that.
What does that do?
Basically, the damage rolls, so yeah, they would have taken 8 damage instead of 7 because 1s do not subtract.
Okay.
For attacks.
Take an extra damage. Sure thing. Noted. Okay. So yeah, Rock, you want to knock them out with your bolts. Okay. I guess roll your attack and what have you. And yeah, some of them will be non-lethally pinned to the ground.
All right. So I will stay a zone away so I don't get a penalty. And... Defense is 6, right?
Defense is 6.
1 success.
No, that's
on 9 dice.
Hit. So roll your damage.
All right. The crossbow is 6 lethal. I don't think 1 success adds. So.
No. You only do threshold.
You said difficulty 6?
Yes.
2 successes.
2 successes?
Mm-hmm.
So they suck 1 of that, so that's 1 lethal. Okay. So yeah, now it's the bandit's turn. What will they do? Burano is kind of hard to spot by them. You can see that the rocks over there they should but there's a giant hacking T-Rex right in their camp, so I think they'll focus on that thing right here. Let's see. What is their attack roll? Let me find my notes. Too many notes to much everywhere. Cheek. Where the heck is that? Too many things. Bandits, there we go. Their expertise is 5 plus 3 on the side, so that's 8 dice to attack. Okay. We are attacking Krim. What is your defense score, Krim?
Defense is going to be a parry of 7.
Parry of 7. 8 dice, roll. They roll 2 successes, which means they just deal the basic damage, as far as I remember, which for them is 2 lethal. So take 2 lethal damage from them.
All right. How does the soak roll work from the player side?
I think you just roll your stamina plus armor plus whatever magic thing you have, and that is your soak.
Alrighty. All right. What's the default difficulty, or what is the difficulty soaking for them? 6. There we are, all beautifully listed on this sheet that I was not paying attention to. All right, and soak of 2.
You soak all of it, because you can soak all of it.
Big old lizard skin.
Okay. So that will be them. Okay. Your guys' turn.
Alright, so I think I'm going first again. Hi. Yay for charge to let me cut ahead. So I'm gonna spend another moat.
Yep.
To activate yet another of my martial arts charms, and that is Cloud Treading Method.
What does that do?
Reflexively spend one moat. For the next martial arts rating rounds, the Exalt enjoys flawless balance along with a -2 difficulty reduction to all rolls to jump, gaps, pursuit, or escape. She can move even if attacked before her turn, and each round may either move 2 zones when she does so, or increase the base damage of all air dragon attacks by +3.
Awesome.
So that means, as long as I don't move, I'm going to have, for the next couple of rounds, +6 to my attack space damage.
Oh boy.
Of 7. So that's going to be already 13 base dice of damage, and we can keep going. Yeah, so I am going to roll my martial arts pool again. Against these bandits.
Yeah.
Oh, these poor bastards.
Yeah, they are your oyster.
So I still have my excellency up, so that's going to be 14 dice. Oh, you poor things.
Yep.
Alright. Diff 6. That is 4. Well,
So,
actually 5. No, it's 4 because martial arts is only favored for me.
Yeah.
It's fine.
3 plus damage.
I still have 16 dice. I still have 16 dice of damage because it's that bullshit.
Awesome.
And they were knocked prone last round.
Oh yeah, I guess I should have gotten out. Sorry about that, my mistake.
And 10 successes on damage.
Okay, so I take 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but since I think their health box filled up, that means it clears. They go down the size. Where size is here. And I think I need to roll a route check. What are they even? Their resolve is 5. The drill is 6. What does drill 6 mean? Because there's a conversion between the drill and the droido. 6. What is issued? Where is that route check? Looking this up in the file. Route checks. Typical outline below. Blah blah blah. Okay. Default difficulty is 6. There's no allied group, no leaders. Each route check. Because the living area of effect attack. No, this is the whole butterfly. This is just Burano being awesome. So basic roll 6 dice, difficulty 6. Yes. 3 successes. They managed to hold firm. Okay. So despite just the devastating infinite chakram attack, they managed to hold firm, and they think they still have what it takes to take down a Velociraptor, T-Rex, something, plus whatever else is causing this damage. Okay then. What else would you like?
What size are they now?
Size 2.
Okay.
Size 2, knocked prone. Okay. So, what else would you guys like to do now? Would Luna like to do something? Someone else?
Yeah, I mean, that was my turn, so it's up to someone else now. I believe our Lunar.
All right, let's actually cause some mayhem now that I'm where we need to be.
Yep.
All right, going to hop up, sweep down, and try to take out as many of them as I can with my tail.
Okay, do your tail attack. The defense is 6.
All right. There is it. There it is. All right, looking like 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, so roll plus your base damage.
All right, and where are we here? There we are. 8 damage. And that successes to base damage. 8 to 11.
The slowest part of combat.
Yeah. And then damage is diff 6 by default.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, and that'll go ahead and be 7 successes.
So they suck. One of that takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it lethal or is it bashing?
I have no problem with it being bashing, as it was a tail attack and not me just chowing down.
Yeah, unless your tail has some kind of spikes on it.
No,
was it Trogomizer?
No, just some feathers and some colorful ornamentation.
Okay, so 6 bashing. You knock out a whole bunch of them. That's like half of their remaining health pool. Okay, so that was Grim. What does our Rock do?
Rock will do the same thing he did last time. Also look around to make sure that start of combat didn't stir anything else up in the area. But other than that, we'll just try to nail them to the floor again.
Do it. Roll your base attack.
Okay, that's 4 successes.
Okay.
So does that adds 3 to the damage roll? Yep. Okay.
3 threshold.
And 4 successes again on the damage roll.
So that's lethal, right?
Sure. Although I'm trying to still be non-lethal.
Okay. I have 3 health remaining on this size. Okay then. Well, the bandits will get up, which means this is a complex movement for them. Now that I remember it, so which means they suffer -3 to their action, so they'll still attack Krim. Their base attack is 5 plus 2 for the size, that's 7 -3, so that's 4. 4 versus was it 7? Was it?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Roll. They rolled 0 successes, so they whiff. Well, those are the bandits for you. Okay. You guys. What would you like to do?
Okay, well, I still have 2 rounds left of Dragon Graced Assault because I have an evocation that keeps it active for an extra round.
And you still have this round of your martial arts excellency, right?
Yes.
Essence +1. Perfect.
I do. And I still have this round of Shrouding the Body and Mind.
Would you like to finish them in this size at least? Or would you like someone else to go first to knock them down in size, and then you can finish up the size 1 group? Because they only have 3 health left.
You know, I will let someone else go before me this time.
So, Rock or Krim? Who would like to go first?
Well, I certainly have no qualms with going first and going ahead and barreling through a bunch of them. Just all headbutt.
Do it. Do your rolls.
All right, there we are with 3 successes.
Awesome. Damage +2.
And we'll go ahead and do another 4 damage.
They suck one of that, so that's exactly 3 to knock them out, which means they go down a size. To size 1. 11 health points. Okay. So yeah, good chunk of them get knocked out, and so on. So you have a good base of people that have survived, unless you want to coup d'etat them later, and so on, so on. Burano, Resolver. Which one would you like to go next?
I'll even go last of us this round because.
Okay. Rock.
Sure, that works. I'm just gonna repeat that.
Do it.
Okay. 3 successes on 9 dice.
Just what you want.
Will do. Yeah. 2 successes. 8 dice.
1 damage. Okay. Burano, can you pull off 10 damage to end this fight right now?
Possibly. So, quick question. Is their defense still 6? Because they went down a size.
Let me double check with defense procs of the size. I don't think so, but I might be wrong. Cheek. I don't see any indication that the size affects defense. Otherwise, it'll be kind of hard to kill like heavily armored size 5 groups. So yeah, I think they're still on 6.
That is fine. Okay. I'm going to spend 1 mote.
Yep.
On lightning strike prana. Attack's base damage is increased by a further +3, and if it inflicts at least 2 levels of damage, the target is stunned by coursing electricity and must discard 2 successes from whatever action he takes on his next turn.
Oh boy, that'll be so. Down to this, yep. Knocked down and electrocuted, and so on. Yep.
So now my base damage is up to 16.
Don't mess with Dragon Blooded.
That is 3 successes on the attack. That's fine. That just means I get 18 dice of damage. I was honestly kind of hoping that would have been better, but you know what? Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
You only had 10 successes.
That's how much you needed exactly. So you knock those bandits off. Just set your chakra flying, lightning strike where they, on each hit. The remaining ones are dead. Okay. So yeah, you clear this whole bandit camp. A lot of dead bodies here. Some are still dying because they got knocked out by the T-Rex, and some of them were pinned down to the ground by rock. So it's up to you what you want to do with them. So, what will it be? What's their fate?
I mean, I at least need to wait for my anima to die down before I go walking in there if we want to keep them alive, because...
yeah. Intense.
Yeah, that tree's leaves are gone.
With so many lighting sites, probably some think they're started catching on fire, so yeah, that tree is probably not very happy. Oh well, it is what it is.
Well, Rock will just put away his weapon and go start tree gathering and repairing his ammunition. Maybe provide medical services for any of them that can still survive. Because he kind of wants to figure out what they're doing here.
Well, sure, you can confuse them further by helping them now. Like, no problem. I can roll, I know, int and medicine. See how well you do.
Sure. Int medicine. What's the difficulty?
7.
7.
Because they've been thoroughly, infinite chakrammed.
Yeah. 3 successes on 7 dice.
Okay, yeah, you managed to stabilize a number of them. Some of them missing limbs, some of them electrocuted with their fresh lighting scars and what have you. Okay. What do you want to do with them next?
Well, for me, I go back to repairing my stuff. I assume that somebody who actually has social skills will want to interrogate them.
Yeah. As you're tending to them, you see that all of them have the same kind of mark around the neck of a broken shankle tattoo.
I'll be sure to point that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will go up there with my anima slowly dying down.
Yeah.
It's staying out of range, but just close enough to be intimidating as hell.
Yeah, you could tower over them and, shout at them as they're, cowering, at your mercy.
I'm just gonna say, so, would you care to tell us about that little tattoo on your necks?
Oh, well, it's the mark of the Breaker of Chains, our patron.
I see. And where do you guys come from?
Well, most of us are on the way south from here and there, but we congregate around the village of Volcani. It's up north in the Rakuten territory.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, out of character.
Okay.
I'm terrible at coming up with questions to ask these guys. Help me out here.
Well, the dinosaur's going to be hurting them, but I'll throw you a bone for an idea, which is, what are they doing in this area, and why are they here for banditry? And, if we're wrong and we just attacked a bunch of escaped slaves, then we're going to have a very different conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they'll try to explain their plight to you guys. Oh yes, they're from this village out there. The terrain there is not great for growing crops, whatever, so they have to go around and do some banditry in order to make ends meet. So they're coming over here where you have proper farming and everything. And then trying to deal with the fair folk further up, deeper into that territory.
As I described this village, having traveled to the area, is this a village I'm aware of, or no?
Let's see. You had your maps. Did you have some sort of scout drone? Or am I mistaking that for someone else?
I did not have a scout drone. I am the scout drone.
Yeah. It's like you probably went around through the various territories. This is probably a small village that just maybe you've missed whatever, because there are a lot of villages everywhere, and you can be pressed to know each and every one of them. So yeah, this one I think escape your notice.
Okay.
When will we be traveling even? Because they'll tell you that it's kind of new. I think as far as I remember, it's been established like 6 months ago. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they tell you their story of how they were like mistreated serfs under various people here and there, and how the breakout chains came to liberate them from the oppressive, nobility and landowners and what have you, and set them on a new path to give them their freedom.
Who or what is this breaker of chains?
He's a great person that stopped the village. They're like, from what your description, as they're saying, it seems to be some kind of exalt. They don't have any specific descriptions to make it for you to get what kind of exalt it might be. But
Other than, I'm assuming, not a dragon-blooded.
Could be some kind of lost egg or something, but they say that he had some vision or whatever of some saint something. Like they didn't get the whole message, and probably not a dragon blooded, probably not born with it, and whatever, probably something else. Some kind of dragon blood that went native, whatever, and decided to, hey, let's have a cult myself or something like that, and going off the deep end.
Is this village in our designated patrol area or no?
I mean, they're roughly the suggested scouting path Noyan gave you would be crossing where you think the village might be.
Look, these people clearly aren't what was making the thing act up, though.
Indeed. These are mere mortals.
I'm willing to leave the rest of you alive. But don't come near the city again.
Okay, thank you for your mercy. As they'll start packing their things if you let them and making their way back, or somewhere, slowly camping wherever.
I mean, I'll take a look to see if there's anything odd about their belongings, but other than that, I'm not going to interfere.
I mean, pretty much banditry stuff. Like, the main thing that stands out again is the tattoo on that. Okay, they have some like weapons they scavenge, something like farm equipment that they turn into weapons. Like you take a scythe, you turn it around so it's like pointing to the sharp end up, and so on, and that they have some food they've scavenged and things like that. Like, so maybe a donkey or two. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing. Just regular run-of-the-mill bandits. Maybe they stumble upon a couple of pieces of silver or something, and yeah.
All right. Rock has no further interest in these people then.
Yep.
He'll just update the map and his log of where he encountered them, and that'll be that.
Yep. Suzume has also she's gotten her anger out of her system at this point.
Yeah. Funny enough, this combat lasted almost as many turns as another big combat we had with Faye, but that came down like a 4 turns, but it was a wreck because we had 6 combat characters, like Burano pretty much. and just enemies were getting deleted. Oh, look it! It's some sort of ogre. It was before two of us attacked. Okay. So yeah, I guess we could wrap this recording here and come back right after for us, because it's been about 3 hours of recording, maybe 2.5. So I think that's a good length to wrap it here before we do the next part. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, I've been Peter.
I've been Alpha Wolf playing Barani Suzume.
Kilex playing Resolver of Outstanding Questions.
And Revelry.
This is sponsored by Nobody, signing off.